Welcome to The Explainer. So you've done it. You've used AI to build a gorgeous website, but the sales just aren't coming in. So what gives? Today, we're digging into the huge difference between a site that just looks good and one that actually converts. Okay, so let's set the scene. You've used an AI tool and your website looks super professional, maybe even beautiful. It looks the part. But then you check the numbers and nothing. Sales are flat, signups aren't happening. Where's the disconnect? Let's find out. Right, this is what we're calling the AI conversion problem. The thing is, these tools can pump out layouts that look amazing on the surface, but they often end up just confusing real people. They fail to guide them toward actually making a decision. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. AI is fantastic at the what. It can generate a layout in a split second, but it completely misses the why behind a customer's decision to click buy, which is all about complex human feelings and what's motivating them. Okay, to really get this, we have to talk about two little letters, UX and UI. Understanding this difference is honestly the key to fixing the whole problem. So let's break down what these terms actually mean and how they're hitting your bottom line. All right, first up, user experience, or UX. I want you to think about it like going out to eat. The UX isn't the fancy decor, it's the feeling you get. Is the menu a confusing mess? Is it impossible to get the waiter's attention? Is paying the bill a nightmare? That gut feeling of ease or total frustration? That's the user experience. Okay, so what about the user interface, the UI? Well, back in our restaurant, the UI is all the stuff you see. It's the cool decor, the stylish font on the menu, the color of the dishes. It's all the visual stuff. And it's super important for that first impression, right? But it's not the whole story. So let's put it all together. It's really simple. UI is what you see. UX is how you feel. And no matter how gorgeous a site is, if it's frustrating to use, people are going to leave. A great UX, on the other hand, that's what builds trust. And trust is what gets you a sale. So if AI is so great at building a pretty UI, why does it so often totally bomb the UX? Well, the answer lies in a pretty big blind spot. Something it just can't do because it isn't human. Now, don't get me wrong. Let's be fair, AI is an absolute beast when it comes to spitting out layouts, repeating patterns, and applying common design rules. If you need speed and scale, especially when you're just starting, it's an incredible tool. But that speed, that efficiency, it brings up a huge question. Can a machine really understand what a person is thinking or feeling in that split second before they decide to click or leave? And the short answer? Nope, not even close. See, AI is a genius at spotting patterns in data, but it cannot feel. It has no idea what it's like to be confused by three buttons that look almost the same, or to hesitate right before you type in your credit card number. Data just isn't the same as a real human experience. Okay, so let's look at how this blind spot shows up in the real world. The common conversion-killing mistakes that AI makes over and over again, causing even the prettiest websites to fail. All right, mistake number one. This one is a classic, and it's because AI just doesn't get how our brains are wired. It loves to give users way too many options all at once. The AI's thinking goes something like this. More options must be better, right? More value. But any human strategist knows that's dead wrong. It's called choice overload. When you give us too many things to choose from, our brains just short circuit. We get anxious, and you know what we do? Nothing. A great designer's job is to remove choices, not add more. Okay, mistake number two is a total lack of focus. AI-generated layouts often look like every single thing on the page is screaming for your attention at the same time. And this just nails the problem. A human designer carefully creates a visual path, guiding your eye to the one thing that matters most. But when an AI makes everything look equally important, well, users just get lost. It's simple. If everything is important, then nothing is. And finally, we get to what is probably the biggest mistake of all. AI just doesn't understand why a person is on your site in the first place. It has zero concept of their intent. Think about it. A human knows that someone who clicked an ad that said 50% off today only is in a completely different headspace than someone who just stumbled across your blog. One is ready to buy right now, the other is just browsing. But in AI, it often treats them exactly the same. And that, my friends, is a recipe for disaster. So this table really brings it all home. AI gives you something fast, generic, and based on old patterns. A human strategy is all about intent, context, and a deep understanding of human emotion.
Okay, so what can you actually do about this? Well, the great news is you don't have to go become a professional designer. You just have to learn to think like one by asking a few simple questions. So, this is your job. Seriously. Forget obsessing over how the site looks and start obsessing over how it feels to use. You need to become the champion for your customer's experience. Find all those little points of friction and just smooth them out. And here it is. This is your toolkit, your playbook. Forget all the complicated design jargon. Just ask yourself these 4 questions about any page on your site. First, is the very next step I'm supposed to take painfully obvious? I mean, can I not miss it? Second, does this page make me feel less hesitant or more? Things like surprise shipping costs or a missing security badge. That's adding hesitation. Third, how does this page make me feel? Calm and in control or totally overwhelmed? And last, number 4. If someone who has never heard of you landed here, would they know what to do in 3 seconds? Honestly, these 4 questions are your new superpower. So let's wrap up with this one big idea. By all means, use AI. It's an amazing tool for generating ideas and interfaces. But you have to remember that it's the human, it's you, who designs the experience. Because at the end of the day, that feeling of being understood and guided, that's where the trust is built. And that is where the sale happens.